you so much for being here.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Would you please just introduce yourself, say your full name and what company you're with?
Yeah, so hello everyone. My name is Gabe Viggers. I'm a 19-year-old head of Web3 at attn.live. And basically what we've built is we've built podcast infrastructure for the Web3 basically environment. So basically, you know, when you want to go live to all these social media platforms, you have to set up a phone or a device or some sort of camera for every single platform, unless you go with something like Hootsuite or something, which is more of like not something you take out of your pocket and do, you know, it comes with equipment and, you know, you're doing a major broadcast. Basically, you just go on your phone and then you can click a button and immediately go live to every platform with just seamlessly from one device. But every time you go live, an NFT is generated and attached and embedded in the audio. And I would like to do video down the road, but is embedded into the NFT, and then the user, basically the creator can do whatever they want with it. They can attach utilities, they can do nothing, they can do licensing, they can do all sorts of things. Like comedians is something that I think is going to be really interesting because you can do jokes, you can do all those sort of different things. And then this is my joke. I made this set time. If you want to use it, if you want to license it and do all those sort of, you know, different things. So there's a lot of different really small things that I'm seeing, you know, usage come out that are really, you know, oh, I didn't think that our product would be used in that sort of way. So it's really interesting because then there's also people that are like, I don't want to have to deal with the NFT part. I just want to, you know, just distribute my content. Or I want to lock my content and not distribute it and just have it available via you have to purchase the NFTs, which is kind of really interesting with one of the presentations I heard out there. Rare was really interesting, and I feel like we could do some collaboration on that. But yeah, that's what we do at Attention Live.
So very cool. So you said you're 19 years old, right?
Yes, I am.
So you finished high school? Or you in college?
Yeah, I finished high school about a year ago, and pandemic. So I have been. I started out interning about 4 years ago. So I probably started out about Nicholas's age when I was like 15, and then started doing low level stuff. Well, I really started out I started a bow tie company when I was 13 at the Google Startup Weekend in my hometown, and then got really sick and tired of sewing from 13 to 14. Like, you know, you want to do other things. Like you're a 13, 14-year-old little boy. You want to play video games and sports and all those different things. And so I kept going to Google Startup Weekends, and the Google Startup Weekend is just, you know, you got developers, marketing people, business strategists, all sorts of different people that basically show up. A bunch of people pitch ideas, and then the best teams join. And I pitched Justice Bows, and it was awesome. We basically took jerseys from professional athletes, or we also had normal bow ties, but our main play was kind of taking jerseys or, you know, shirts or stuff worn by artists on stage and then turn it, because you can, like, think about it. With LeBron James, you can make like 30 bow ties from someone that's 6'8", and then, yeah, and so that was awesome. And then I kept going to Google Startup Weekends, and then that's where I met Ian, my boss, and it was way before its time, but he pitched Attention Live, which was 4 years ago, which was way too early for the market, honestly, because like no one knew what an NFT was. They were like, what is this? Like, what's going on, man? And so 4 years ago, no one really cared. And so, I started out doing low-level intern stuff and slowly kind of worked my way up.
Awesome. So would you recommend, you know, like, what would you advise to, you know, to seniors, to juniors, you know, the teens, if they want to get in the space, what the route or what your recommendation would be?
Educate yourself on how blockchains operate and how the networks work and everything about, learn the back end first. Because people are like, I want to buy this NFT. It's like really cool. Do you understand the technology behind it? And you might be like, oh, everyone says that. No, I'm talking about like, everyone says do your own research. I'm talking about actual research on what is a blockchain, consensus mechanism, proof of stake, proof of work, all these different things. How do blockchains actually work? Is interoperability even possible? Like all these different things with bridges and, you know, all these different things. And so really, you know, on a network technical level, know the ins or not. You don't have to, but that definitely helps a lot when you're trying to, you know, grasp this Web3 thing. And another thing is, we don't exactly know if the blockchain is fully, truly scalable for 8 billion people. So honestly, something I've seen in my opinion is sort of a combination of the two, which I think could be quite interesting. I also think that we push so hard for a Web3, which just might make a few people mad, but we push so hard for a Web3, so at least we end up in a 2.5, if you know what I mean. So like, you know, there's respect to the creator, some form of decentralization, you know, all those different things. And so I think that those are quite interesting.
And what means you use for your education, like YouTube videos or some other platforms?
Yeah, I basically so what happened was COVID hit my junior year of high school, and that was about three years ago. And COVID hit junior year of high school, and I was out of school for a long time, and basically just devoted all my time to Attention Live, got in the more technical weeds, doing more doing all sorts of stuff, helping our CTO, helping our developers, doing all that sort of stuff, and then yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I mean, it's very inspiring for other teenagers, and I hope a lot of people will take your lead on that. Thank you for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.